What's the motherfucking deal? Welcome to the den. I'm glad that you could join me this evening. Let me definitely make that work. Definitely. But this evening, and we can definitely, I'm looking at something else. I'm talking out loud. I'm glad that you could join this afternoon. I apologize for the delay. Forgot to get some damn battery, but I don't even think it's the battery. Something has to be interfering with the signal or something on this keyboard. I'm just going to have to get a hardwired keyboard. I have one in mind. I'm going to get that one with the fucking, that forces you to type the right way, like the fucking ergonomic split one. Well, I think that's what I got to get, so I can get my fucking typing right, because I still be peeking at the keys. But anyway, I'm your host, Honcho. Let's get into some good conversation. It's Free Range Friday. So we're going to talk about kind of whatever been missed during the week. I know last night we were supposed to get into some conversation about the debates, and I didn't really get a chance to watch. There's been some stuff. I'll probably talk about it tomorrow. The shenanigans that I have been up to this past week or so that have been, I wouldn't say impacting, but a little bit different in my method of operation. So let's get into it. Again, like I said, you can follow my personal social medias on Honcho HTX on Instagram and Twitter if you got those things. Like the video, share the video. That's the most important thing. You share the video, subscribe. If most of y'all probably already subscribed, otherwise y'all wouldn't be pulling up right now. Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Den Show Live at Gmail if you want to send an email. This will be the last 1 p.m. stream of the week. We will have the live audio stream tomorrow at 1. Live every night, 7 days a week at 10 p.m. Central, except for last night. Den Show Podcast, that's how you get to the audio podcast for tomorrow, so make sure you sign up there to be a part of that. You want to get the Honcho's My Homie shirt, go to denshowshop.com and get you some merch. We'll be adding some other things there, hopefully within next week. I was trying to do it this week, but I'm behind on a couple of things. If you want to support the community with a one-time donation, you go to streamlabs.com/thedenshow. And if you want to support on a monthly basis, you can go to patreon.com/thedenshow. Shout out to all the Patreon supporters. Let's talk about it. Free Range Friday. Let's see who we have joining us, and then we will get into it. Let's see. Let's see what we got joining us today, and then we will get into the conversation. Kenneth is here. 335, what's the motherfucking deal? Jason S, what's the motherfucking deal? Angela, what's the motherfucking deal? Let's see. Female Pimp is here. Kanisha, what's the motherfucking deal? And my name, what's the motherfucking deal? DeMarkey, what's the motherfucking deal? Let's see. Oh, he was talking shit about more. I heard that he was on there. I didn't watch it though. I'm gonna get into it though. So let's talk about it. Free Range Friday. So whatever's on your mind, whatever's going through, things that we may have missed this week, interesting stories. YOLO, Polo, Cholo. So here's the thing. Like, I want to talk about a couple of things. I want to talk about the media. I want to talk a little bit about the debates. Like I said, I didn't get a chance to see all of them, but I saw the highlights. You don't know the cool. Hey, y'all see that shit? I'm gonna talk about that a bit. I'm gonna get to that in just a minute. But to this clown shit. And the reason why I talk about a lot of things and the perspectives I do have on a lot of things is because people will play you because of your emotional connection. That's why I try to stay emotionally disconnected from a lot of things. There was a video that was kind of going viral this week. Black guy getting arrested on a car. And I guess his old lady was filming as it was going on, right? And the cop, he was kind of, the cop was trying to arrest him. He was like, well, why am I being arrested? And he told him like speeding or something, but he's like, you ain't telling me this. It was like a little bit of a kerfluffle going on, right? And so he ends up calling for backup, whatever. He has the taser on him, and then, backup comes, happens to be a bald-headed Caucasian gentleman. He jumps out the car. He wasn't talking with the dude. He grabbed him, threw him on the ground, got to doing it, and the old lady got mad. You ain't got to do him like that. You ain't got to do him like that. And, was getting mad. Now, if you just watch this, T'Challa, what's the motherfucking deal? Corey Key, what's the motherfucking deal? Now, if you just watch this video, right? You just watch this video, you're like, damn. Oh, there's a vote? Where's that? Who we got? Where we got a vote? Who vote I missed? Let me look up to that. I'll be all over the place. Oh, Courtney votes for okay. All right. DeMark, you in here tampering, man? That's tough. There's a lot of tampering going on. All right. But don't worry, Corey Key, I got you. I've confirmed that I have a vote for your favorite moderator. Let me get back to it. But yeah, so the guy, it was a big old deal that was going on. See, look, these racist cops, man. These racist cops, and they doing this, and this. They always harassing niggas. Well, come to find out, this nigga, yeah, I dropped the N-bomb, was doing 101 in a 65. And now normally I wouldn't say, hey, that's a no-go. That usually gets you in trouble. When you start hitting 15, 20 above the speed limit, that's a likelihood of getting your ass arrested, depending on how the law enforcement feels. Is the right book? What's the vote book? I never see the vote book. Where was it? But not only that, this gentleman had a 4-year-old in the vehicle. That's where I have a problem. I tell y'all, most of the time, I don't really give a shit until it comes to the kids. Kids cannot, you got kids and the elderly. They can't really defend themselves. They're generally, depending on, who they are, they're under the protections of someone else. And, so I come to their defense. Adults, older teens, I kind of put you, it just depends on what you're doing. And still blame a lot of the parents. But it was so much so much backlash and outrage because of what happened to him. But shit, you speeding like that, what happens to that kid, man? You allow stupid shit like that to continue on, right? That's my issue. But nobody gets outraged about that. They only get outraged at the visual. They don't care, because to be honest, a lot of motherfuckers don't even give a fuck about their kids. I'm not saying y'all, but we see it time and time, the stupid shit that people do with their children. Says Honcho is my homie. Go get you one. Didn't show shot. And so that's my thing, man. Yeah, fuck them dirty birds. So again, I give you power. What's the motherfucking deal? Kenneth says he votes for DeMarkey. Is that your confirmation, Kenneth? Because I will write it down. Yeah, make sure y'all get y'all's votes in. Tomorrow's the last day you will be able to vote. And we will present the award tomorrow. No, I can't take the shirt off till I get my premium Snapchat up. I think in middle August. You vote by just declaring who you vote for, or you can text it into the den line, or you can send it via social media if you fear repercussions from a moderator. That sounds kind of suspect. Kenneth, you got to reword that, right? You might want to reword that. That sounds very questionable. No, I haven't. I didn't see you had a read shirt yesterday. I didn't watch the Hall of Fame game. But I did see Shabbing it up as usual. So, my thing is this, right? My thing is this. We gotta stop getting outraged minus the facts. And that's something I've had to learn over the years. I used to be, I wouldn't say I was emotional. I've never been really emotional. I'm kind of dead. It takes something, it takes something certain to really trigger a real emotional connection. Like I say, it takes, the kids or something like that happening to them being, violated, abused, or mistreated, that type of thing would get me angry. But when it's adult decisions being made, I have to look further into it, and then it's more about, responsibility, liability, stuff. But emotional reaction to a lot of things will get you fucked up. But I want to talk about another emotional connection, and that's why I say a lot of this stuff again. And I guess I got to make this clear at times. I'm not either or. I'm not a conservative. I'm not a Republican. I'm not a liberal. Democrat or Republican. I guess is the best way to put it. Like I say, there are things that I can relate to. I'm sure on both sides, but I think I feel independent. But I'll probably lean more with a lot more conservative values that just make more sense. Minus all the rhetoric and extra shit. I don't connect policies with faces and things like that. That's what a lot of people do. But as we've seen, I kind of want to touch on this Democratic debate briefly, and then, like I said, when we open the lines, we'll talk about whatever you want. It's Free Range Friday. So Cory Booker, who's queer, said something about, all in the Kool-Aid and don't know the flavor, right? And you could tell that he was just ready to prep it. Do you see his fucking cheesy face? Cory Booker looks like a fucking clone. Cory Booker looks like a test tube baby. Like, that motherfucker was cheesy face. He was just ready that was gonna be his smackdown moment on fucking Biden. Cory Booker's Democratic moment was, well, in my community, we have a saying that you're all in the Kool-Aid and do not know the flavor, right? Enunciated the whole thing, and I'm gonna tell y'all some stuff here in just a second. This is what I've noticed. That was his glorious moment, and people are like, oh yeah, Cory Booker, oh yeah, he did that. Niggas. Because they've heard this stupid ass saying before, and it sounds good on a presidential stage, so it makes sense to them. Then you come back to what was the highlight of the entire debate, because that got him no love. The highlight of the entire debate, the Democratic debate, was Tulsi Gabbard and hitting that stone cold stunner on fucking Kamala Harris. Because once you hit her with it, you realize Kamala didn't have anything to say. She could not reply. She had no rebuttal because she didn't think anybody was going to hit it. And then even after the debate, all she could do was kind of talk some shit. Now look at the follow-up from both of these incidents. Follow-up from Cory Booker's incident. CNN got a panel full of niggas, full of black folks. I'm not going to call them niggas. They probably doing well to do, but they were definitely acting, I won't say unprofessional, but it's like, it's the pander, you know what I mean? The panda. I got bras in Atlanta. Panda. I forgot the song's old song. Let me make it. But, like, you suited up, you booted up. Obviously, you're a professional. You got to where you've gotten for a reason. But then they start, what do they call it, code switching, to talk about Cory Booker. Then they start getting their hood accents on and all this stuff. So you got a panel of all these black folks, two white folks in the middle, and they just all the black folks. Yeah, that ain't even how you say it. They all of a sudden they just ghetto experts now. They just hood in the motherfucker all of a sudden. And it's foolishness. Like, this is what y'all talk about when it comes to the black candidate or one of the possible black candidates. Tulsi becomes the most, second time in a row. The first debate, the same shit happened. She was like the most searched candidate overall. But the second time, she became the most searched candidate in every fucking state. But yet somehow she's not trending on certain stuff. Things she said is, but not her personally. So that tells you what's really going on behind the scenes, with these tech companies. Then once a few big name individuals spoke on how her name wasn't trending, but the stuff around her was, all of a sudden her name became number 2 on Twitter. Amazing. It didn't happen after the debate when people were actually talking about it, but about 24 hours later, or 18 hours later or so, after people were speaking, then it showed up automatically at number 2. Didn't even rise up the rank, just popped up at number 2. Because people are trying to suppress what Tulsi's saying because she's reasonable. Because she doesn't do the foolishness. Even people on both networks, I was watching some post-debate interviews, right? And I know a lot of people say because she doesn't get out there, she doesn't yell, and she doesn't scream and try to cut people off, but she's stern in her approach. She's very sensible. Very, very sensible woman. And so she goes on Tucker Carlson, who everybody says is, this crazy, super right-wing guy. You've heard all the lobbied allegations. And Tucker allows her to speak. Well, what is this about, Kamala, and how do you feel? Why do you feel this? And gives her ample time, doesn't cut her off, doesn't, say anything. Baker, man, what's the motherfucking deal? Only one lie, what's the motherfucking deal? Cartier, Mac 11, what's the motherfucking deal? Miss Bell, what's the motherfucking deal? So then, after that, and then after that, but the niggas know, it sounds like an epic fail to anybody sensible, but the fucking niggas love the shit. They love the Kool-Aid joke. They thought cool. He laid the smack down on Biden. What? It's fucking corny ass. Come on, man. That nigga ain't never drank no Kool-Aid. Anyway, not the right kind at least. He ain't even putting no sugar in the Kool-Aid. But even Kool-Aid capitalized off the fucking shit. But anyway, you see the follow-up interviews with him. It's like, well, I could have said that a little bit, but it was like about the goofy ass Kool-Aid thing, not about anything he's saying, not about policies, not about anything like that. But like I say, so Tulsi goes on Fox. Fox, they let her speak. They let her address the issues, what she was saying. Why don't you think Kamala was able to reply? What about the smear? They gave her ample time to talk, didn't cut her off. This is Fox, where everybody says, they're crazy. And I'm not a Fox fan, I'm not a CNN fan. I'm just telling you what I pointed out and what I saw. Both these companies are biased. Fox is going to lean right. CNN is going to lean left, definitely. Goes on to CNN. Who's their guy? Chris Cuomo, or whatever his name is. And she comes on to Chris Cuomo, and the first thing he's doing, well, what about, you definitely made a very powerful statement about Kamala and, all this. But first, we got to talk about outside. And he's playing the same game that the rest of the Democrats are. You didn't, he spent more than half the interview talking about this Assad thing. And her deal was simply that it's not that I'm an apologist, but facts have come out that, she's not in support of these regime changes because of the loss of life, what it really does, and how we have to stay in these countries and offer support and, all the resources that it costs America to be in these places to do these things, when generally a lot of it is unnecessary, right? And so that was her point. And she said that, she didn't feel like he was 100% behind some of the things that were being said about him. But he's like, well, on the website it says this, again, trying to deter from the Kamala Harris thing. So gave her, I think it was about a 9-10 minute interview. And probably out of that 9-10 minutes, 6-7 of it was about the Assad thing. You know what I'm saying? And then, they talked briefly about Kamala and, her not being able to address it and, the smears that he thanked her for her service and all of that stuff. To me, again, like I said, with her actually having served, her still actually being active duty, well, not active duty, what's it, National Guard, I think now, something like that. I think that she is suitable when it comes to addressing the issue of war and stuff like that compared to all, because she's actually seen it firsthand. So, Roger, what's the motherfucking deal? So I think that, I do like Tulsi. I like Tulsi a lot. I think she's very sensible. But again, the CNNs, the Democratic platforms, are smearing their own candidates. Andrew Yang, I didn't see what he said too much last time, but a lot of people said he had a sensible debate, but I didn't get to catch what he said. But he was all right even the first time, even though I don't necessarily agree with what he's talking about with the UBI. But they're sensible in the things that they're saying. There's actual policies that they have. They actually have, a foundation. A lot of these people are just saying anything to anybody, even though they wouldn't put themselves in that same position. But it is what it is. So let's talk about what's on your mind, okay? Like I said, it is Free Range Friday. Like I say, I'm gonna try to talk too long. I've talked about 20 minutes already. So I'm gonna try to keep it at the 20-minute mark and then start opening up the line. As y'all saw, I was in here on time. Time is on my side. Yes, it is. Well, time, I guess, depending on when you consider time, because I started at 1:15 today. But when I got started, I didn't make y'all wait with the little holding screen. Hopefully, the sound will be kosher today. I don't have to do a sound fight like yesterday. Shonda, what's the motherfucking deal? It's Free Range Friday today, brother. So we talk about a little bit of everything. Orange Kool-Aid, terrible. Terrible. How about Jamaica? Jamaica is a personal favorite. All right, let's hope that this is cooperating. Let me see. Let me put the right mic on. Let me see. Y'all let me know if y'all can hear. What's the motherfucking deal? Who do we have calling into the den this afternoon?
Hey, you know it's about. I'm not going to stay on long. Raffle's not working right.
Okay. I will definitely get into that and drop you some raffles because nobody else talk about it. Well, y'all, you be hating and giving Miss Bell all the points. No, Miss Bell the only
Bell
one
works
that
her
calls.
points.
Yeah, she's the only one that calls out. So okay, all right.
That's right. I work my points. And I probably won't vote till tomorrow. I'm going to do it last minute just to, how candidates can come out in the last minute. So we'll just see how it goes till tomorrow. Really not too much into politics. It's Friday. I'm enjoying the day, and I'm going to go back to the boards.
Okay. All right. Well, I appreciate you getting the line warmed up, Miss Bell, and I'm sending you your points right now, your stachios right now.
Thank you. All right. Talk to you later.
All right. Appreciate you calling. Bye.
Thank you.
All right. Cool. Audio was good. Y'all can hear? We live? All right. Cool. But the thing about it though wouldn't it be better to have someone who's had that experience? Again, they actually went out, they made that commitment. Only one lie. Let me make sure I'm addressing. That she actually went and had the experience with good intentions, and then she found out firsthand what's going on, and so she has the experience to realize, hey, this is what we do need to do, this is what we don't, and this is when it's serious enough to go to war. So I think that's why I think her experience puts her a notch above the majority of those candidates. I think her experience is above Kamala. Definitely. They were giving what's her name a lot of flack because she said something about Kamala sleeping her way to the top. Nobody on the whatchamacallits talked about it. But this is funny though. It's funny because who was it? What's her name? One little skinny white chick that's always talking shit. What's her name? Fuck. I can't remember her name. She's always talking shit, then always having to backtrack, and then fucking always talking shit. I think she used to be on Fox, or she used to be on one of them channels. Tommy, yes, Tommy. It's funny, female pimp actually knows who Tommy Lauren is. Sean Shaw, what's the motherfucking deal? The lie button keeps turning white. The lie button don't like you because you're a racist, Miss B. So we have something against India. But yeah, Tommy Lawrence, he said something about Kamala sleeping her way to the top of what's his name, Billy Brown or whatever. And he even addressed it, like, cause she pointed out to an article where he basically said the shit. But what's super funny is, like, women came out and started getting on her ass about it. But I don't think the correlation that they were making to what she said to what they were trying to compare it with made sense, because they were like, they were sitting there talking about, well, what about all the women who were sexually harassed daily in the workplace? How do you think this makes them feel? Well, if they're not deliberately sleeping with somebody to get a certain position or anything, I don't think it should make them feel any kind of way, right? That has nothing to do with them. That just means they're getting sexually harassed, and that's a different situation. That has nothing to do with someone willfully dating someone and willfully getting put in positions to thrive. And again, it's not about, yes, she passed the bar, she definitely did those things, but there's a lot of people who've done that and didn't get those advantages by being directly connected to a mayor or whomever else, right? So that's that. And so I think even though they did come out and they said what they said, I don't think it made sense in this situation. Probably because some of those Fox hosts probably sleeping around too, or because they had some shit at Fox with old buddy who was it, Roger Ailes or whatever, sleeping or harassing women or sleeping. So they probably got some personal issues going on in that building over there that they Well, here's the thing though. When you get a boost, an advantage, you get support, you get, when somebody, what's the word? She did fuck the state afterwards. Fucked over a bunch of niggas, but she claims to fucking help support now. But again, like I say, having those boosts what's not the nomination, what's the word? I mean, I was like, the last 2-3 days, I've been on and off. Not the fucking nomination. What's the fucking thing? You know what I'm talking about. When somebody like supports you, but in a political sense. You know what I'm saying? We already know you ain't tripping on fucking J-Rock. J to the ROC. It could happen to you because it happened to me. Let me see. We know that you ain't tripping on fucking the boss man, female pimp, because you fucked the plumber and the bootleg man. So there's that. So I just told J-Rock, J to the ROC, J-Rock endorsement. Yes, thank you, Miss Miller. Endorsement. So if you're getting endorsed from someone that you're sleeping with, that's a little bit of an advantage, especially if they're in a very powerful position. So I think that does have an advantage compared to other things, right? You know what I'm saying? So you're saying that yes, hit that like button. Yes, thank you, Sean. So you chat, you should be liking it. So hit that like button. Y'all afraid of the like button? Like button don't bite. Share it with somebody. Share it with somebody who ain't gonna talk bad about you for being in here. Beta, what's the motherfucking deal? Even though it looks like a new name, that name looks dusty. I ain't seen it in a while. But yeah, so again, I thought somebody said they should have called in and talk shit about somebody on one of these calls. I don't know. No dusty birds, but Cory Booker. I'm trying to figure out how he's a top candidate outside of the fact that he's the only black male candidate on there. You know, it's funny because, again, it's not even to be a whole political show. It's free range Friday. Talk about whatever you want, whatever's on your mind, right? No, he gained supporters for that crazy stuff. People were, man, I'm telling you, this is why I say politics is stupid. I'm okay with some of these policies. Everybody probably should not have a vote. It sounds fucked up, but everybody probably should not have a vote. Because if a motherfucker saying that shit makes you want to support him, because you see, I'm telling you, it's certain people in certain areas that find this stuff entertaining. Like, people want reality TV shows in real life. Like, people want their politics to be reality TV. They cannot tell the difference, you know, and that's the crazy shit about it. So, my thing though with Cory Booker is, Cory Booker is no cornier, or is just as corny as in you know, if we're going to use certain people's terminologies, or Uncle Tomish, or whatever, as fucking, if y'all want to talk about, what was his name, Herman Cain, if y'all want to talk about fucking Ben Carson, or any of these other people, what's the difference between him and any of these other guys, right? But y'all saw Biden looked at it like he was dumb. He's like, what the fuck? And that's what I'm saying, like, but that's what I'm saying, like, it's that's certain, and I'm not saying that it's a world powerful, it's a world dominating, but it's certain things certain people can say, and it's okay, and it sounds cool, but other people say it would be a whole different, it would be a backlash, and that's what I'm saying. That's the double standard. That's why I say you got to disconnect emotions from some of these things, like, oh, I can't believe he said that, oh, he did that, he dropped the Kool-Aid line. That's the dumbest shit I've ever heard. That's the dumbest shit I've ever heard. I cannot think of a valid reason that phrase should ever come up in a presidential debate. None whatsoever. And I'm telling you, but did y'all see how cheesy he got? He powered up the cheesiness. Before he said it. Like, he had to power up his cheesiness. Did y'all see it? Like, he had this big cheesy grin on, his eyes got big. He said, oh, I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna say it. As soon as he stopped, I'm gonna say it. In my community, that we call that dipping in the Kool-Aid and not even knowing the flavor. And he didn't even say it cool. He didn't even say it the right way. It was like shit, you know what I'm saying? Like, man, y'all the Kool-Aid don't even know the flavor, man. He said that shit like he was being quoted from fucking Shakespeare and shit. It was terrible. Y'all know it was terrible. But people were just like, oh, Cory Booker. Like, that dude is just as corny as any of the rest of the motherfuckers, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, but is that even really a punchline? It was terrible. He was the punchline. He was the joke. Like, that shit was terrible. You know what I'm saying? And that's the crazy shit, man. That's the crazy shit. Say Bernie over, he still got an Astro or two. Bernie just, see the thing with Bernie, they don't want to go too hard to Bernie because they fear, he might fall off. How Biden is older than Bernie, I believe. I don't know, maybe he even got some surgery or something, I don't know. But Biden is older than Bernie and looks like 15 years younger. Like that I do not understand. You know what I'm saying? Craig in here annihilating folks. Get him. I saw some people send me some things about Ray Dunn. I looked at a little bit of Ray Dunn, but I hadn't been, in any stores or anything to look at it. I don't know why it's not why your red dot not working. Why them red jerseys ain't work either. I'm trying to figure out. There might be a connection, between your live button and your football team, and both of them not performing when necessary. So that's what he did. He washed strawberry, sweet berry. Okay. But that's what I'm saying. Like, yeah, he said. But that's the thing, and I agree on it. Like, what he's saying is, it sounds good. Like, oh, he's using one of those black phrases. He's cool to those who are, outside looking in. But niggas is like, what is this nigga just? I give him an E for effort. But shit, you'll be surprised. There's people supporting that dumb shit. Craig, I'm kidding. Shit, we can't even say that these days. You can't say shit. You can't say first person shooter these days. You can't say nothing these days. Okay, look, the bot just be deciding what folding the hole, Miss Bell to call it out. So that's all I'm saying, man. But yeah, but the thing is though, right? He's a cornball. Corey the cornball, right? But all right, we'll take this call and we'll come right back to it. What's the motherfucking deal? Who do we have calling into the den this afternoon?
This is Sean, your favorite darling, and you are my favorite darling.
Oh, how are you?
And I'm calling you guys. I'm calling you on the afternoon, not for controversy, but I just needed to do a quick check-in because during the day, I'm kind of busy. But on this Cory Bookie thing and the Booker thing and the presidential debate, I just wanted to kind of chime in on that.
Okay.
Yeah, so Cory Booker, first of all, he got the back of the day slogan kind of like mixed up a bit, because I think with the way that we used to say it is, you all up in the Kool-Aid and you don't know the flavor.
Yes.
So he tried his little best, but I mean, we understood what he was saying, but it's, or you could say you're all in the ketchup and don't know the mustard. So those are those back in the day slogans, and for whatever reason he invoked it in the presidential candidates, but he had the slogan a little bit wrong. I don't know if it's different in Jersey. You got different Negroes all up and down the map. If it's different in New York versus Jersey versus Chi-Town versus Virginia. But we used to say, you all up in the Kool-Aid and don't know the flavor. And but I have to give our Cory Booker some credence, because let me tell you what I really, really liked about his performance is that he dealt with his issues. He stood down with his, jokes and try to chop people down in order to advance his message. But I really, really like the fact that he tried to bring home a couple of times how we do not need to be infighting on this national stage and in this public debate. He struggled. He did it 2 times. And I'm going to blame all the Democratic Party. It seemed like they was dragging, they was caping, they was thirsty. They was just really doing too much versus having the basic understanding that Okay, we're all on the same team. The only thing that we need to highlight publicly is our differences. But it was like they were scrapping and scraping, Honcho, and I just didn't feel like that was cool. I didn't feel like that gave us a on one end, on the higher level, I didn't think that advanced our position at all. I think that what that did was gave a carrot to the opposition. You feel me?
Okay.
You know, you feel me? I want to hear what you have to say about that. I'm listening.
So, with that, do you think that they're taking a page out of Trump's playbook from the last election? Do you think that that's what they're trying to implement? Because he kind of came in and he took his opponents down, kind of one by one. Do you think that they're trying to do something like that, or do you think that they think that that's necessary to advance with the field of candidates being so big?
It could be, but what I honestly think, I really don't think it's anything about the Trump playbook. I think it's a whole lot about ego and independence and lack of unity. They are trying to grab, like a crab in a barrel, somebody being thirsty. They're just jockeying, here's how I can say, jockeying for position. They are jockeying for position, but sometimes when you do things in life, you have to understand the fundamental impact of jockeying for position. And here's how I know this is important. Because sometimes you could be jockeying for a position and you could be slitting your own throat. Because you've got to understand the basic principles of unity. You can jockey for a position, but guess what, baby? That's just you. So once you get up there and you slit your throat and you ain't got your soldiers behind you, what you going to do? That's why you never behave in that manner. You always try to move in unity. And I think it was totally unnecessary because nobody cared about who felt this way or that way. We already know we're on the same team. Think about it. It's a team. We playing football. We already know the plays. I don't need you to get up on stage and tell me the plays. The coach already put me in a huddle and told me to play. Why do I have to get up on a public forum or when you get out there on the field before the ref blows the whistle and tell my opposition my play? That's just dumbness. That's just a defeatist type of position and posture to take. And I felt that as if it just wasn't effective. Nobody cares about that. We already know your position. We want to know, how are you going to win? If you're a coach in a football game, you don't care about none of that. How are we going to win? And the opposing team, according to you folks, is Donald Trump. So why don't you explain and demonstrate to me how you're going to defeat him? They did not adequately do that for me. All they did was got in a huddle and started infighting. But they didn't mark the plays. Where's the plays? Where's the plays? With a play A, play B. When the coach say, they got calls. I used to play sports. That's I do things in sports analogy. You know those calls. When those calls come from your coach, they say whatever it is, they code it. You know what to do. You know what the play is. If he say play A, you know how to execute it. If he say play B, B is a different execution of play A. Execute play C. You get yourself in position. People line up. They reposition. Different people doing different moves. It means something. We know that. That's internal. But you sit up there fighting in the huddle. That's the huddle, man. You don't put that out there to the opposition, to the opposing team. So that's where their dumbness, and they're going to deserve every bit of what they get. Every bit of it. Because I am predicting that Trump is going to get another 4 years. And I don't care two ups and downs about it. Because that's what you might need to learn your lesson.
So how do you feel about what Tulsi said about Kamala? Was that infighting, or was that an accurate statement to make about her record?
Okay, so let me make sure I'm understanding who the question is about. Is that the Hawaiian lady?
Yes.
Against Kamala?
Yes.
Okay, here's my takeaways. Let me just tell you my takeaways. Here's my takeaways. 2 takeaways.
Okay.
Kamala is dead, and so is Biden. They're dead. And the way that I feel about her, what way do I feel not about her? She put the pedal to the metal. She wasn't lying. She wasn't telling lies on nobody. I can't go against her. That woman put up her record. And this is what we have to do in politics. It's about your record. It's not what you purport to say out your mouth. It's about what you do. I respect her. In fact, she was one of my favorites. This is what politics is all about. This is what we got to learn. We're not sheep and cattle to be led. We are about, okay, did you give me some water? Can I drink? I'm out here thirsty. Are you giving me some water? That's how I look at politics. I don't care what you are, Hawaiian, white, black, contrary to what you all may think. It's about principles and execution. It's about a platform. It's about an agenda. So her agenda, she debunked it. You know, you're not just going to get out here and win on some fucking emotion no more and some kind of socialism or some kind of social construct that's popular. And I'm happy to see that that is being debunked. You know, even though you know how I advocate, I'm all about the black agenda. But I'm all about the democratic process as well. Okay? You know, I'm an American, fundamentally. You know what I mean? Within a black agenda. But you're not going to take me from my Americanness. You're not going to sit up here and kick me to the curb because this is just my country as it is yours. And that's why I run my mouth without apology. But I think it was beautiful in what she did because that is the democratic process, and this is how we have to open up our ears. So you're not just going to win because you call yourself black, but she only calling herself black now. Before, she didn't call herself black.
She was
But you
Indian.
can't sit up there and flip the switch and pick and choose and cherry pick and win it to your advantage and you're not advantage. So that lady from her, that senator, I think she was a representative. She's a representative. I don't think she's a senator, but whoever she was, I know she was from Hawaii. But she did exactly what she was supposed to do. And then from there, that's where comes in your personal analysis and your personal view on that person. You do not judge a person by the way they look. You judge them on their record. Their record in politics. Okay? So I love what she did. And I'm going to tell you, some people, she got kicked to the curb. She got kicked to the curb, and Biden got kicked to the curb. I'm sorry. I had to kick him to the curb, too. I'm going to tell you who I really like. I like the lady from Hawaii, Gabby, or whatever her last name is.
Yeah.
And I like the Hispanic guy, the Hispanic candidate, and I like the
Kestra?
Asian candidate. Yep.
Okay.
Yep, those were my 2 favorites in the last debate that we just looked at. I like the Asian guy. I like the Hispanic guy. And you know why I really like the Hispanic guy? Is because he kind of kept himself out of the fray. He kept himself out of the fray. He kept himself neutral, but yet he hit on push-button items. He's the only one that I heard to really advocate for black people. He talked for Eric Garner very, very specifically in the injustices in the criminal justice system. And he did it by name. He didn't hide and coat and sugarcoat it and float it and put it in the class and group it with everybody else. No, he was very specific. Black justice. And I tuned into that. Trust me. The other ones, if you listen, they're going to group you into everybody else. That ain't doing nothing for us. So I got a little respect from him and a prior respect for him at some of his positions. He's coming in kind of swinging. He's swinging on both ends. He's swinging 3 times. He got a trifecta. All right? He's swinging for the Americans. He's swinging for what I see was coming out his mouth for the black, and he's swinging for the Hispanic, and he is Hispanic. But I don't just want to say just because you're Hispanic, you got to do this and do that, because it ain't even about that. When you're a leader, you have to find a way to address everybody's needs. Now, the Asian guy, I think he was just very, very truthful. He was just very, very truthful in where we are in a position economically. And one thing that stood out to me is he said by the time 2050, we are going to have a zero net worth. That's scary. That's why he's trying to introduce that $1,000 a month to every family or every adult member. Because if you have a zero net worth, you have no capital. If you have no capital, this country can't run. People got to understand, people need money in order to run the country. And then we're going to talk about Mary Ann. She was in the other one, reparations. It's the same thing. That's nothing but capital. That's nothing but a benefit or the bonus. And you can sit up here, you can build a wall, you can spend trillions of dollars, you can talk about, what do they call it? Oh, my mind is about to go blank. Martial law, Marshall Plan. Let me tell you what Marshall Plan means. Marshall Plan means going in, taking all your money, spending it, and building up a country, infrastructures, and everything, and make them whole. So we want to go, and that's why he's out. We want to do a Marshall Plan for, I don't know what the countries that he lists, but that costs billions of dollars. So we don't want to hear nothing about nobody talking about no Marshall Plan to build no other country when we got all of this current debate. When we look at these pictures of the city of Baltimore that's dilapidated. We got all of these cities with poisoned water. What the hell we want to do a Marshall Plan to build another country who's coming over here illegally? I think it was a couple countries. I don't know. I don't even know if it was Mexico. It was some South American country. That doesn't make any sense. And this is my country. This is my money. This is my dollar. I do not want to spend dollars on building through a Marshall Plan, through Joe Biden's plan, another country. I want to spend my dollars in the city of Detroit, in the city of Los Angeles on Skid Row, in the city of Baltimore, in the city of New York, where our people are poor and suffering. And sometimes in those cities, those people are not just black.
Correct.
But I am a black agenda first. But I understand the game. They playing the game on all these other people that came behind us. But we as black Americans know the game. No, we're not doing that anymore. Everybody goes to work every day, spending their tax dollars. So we're going to spend the tax dollars on building a freaking wall and doing some Marshall Plans to these other countries. I want every person in their individual lives. I don't care what race you are. Think about how that money can affect your community where we live in. Me, you, Honcho, Heidi, everybody. Prepaid, Grace, Strawberry, Bell. I'm going to bring some bells for Bell. Ding, ding. Bell. I mean, come on, y'all. We got to, at the end of the day, we fuss and fight, but at the end of the day, this is our country. I have my position. Y'all know my position. I'm a black agenda. I ain't going to hide it. But at the end of the day, we got to look at where our money is going. And sometimes we may not be infighting with one another as much as we infight at one another if we do the right thing with our money. So if we do the right thing with our money, we ain't got to be fighting with each other. Prepaid ain't got to fight with Sean. Sean ain't got to fight with Strawberry. Strawberry ain't got to fight with Bill. Bill ain't got to fight with Heidi. Heidi ain't got to fight with Sarah. Because we ain't sitting up here scrapping over crumbs. But we got to understand our work. But I know the game. You see what I'm saying? You feel me, Honcho? So we got to go against that kind of stuff. Because I don't have no problem with helping anybody. But what I have a problem with, I can't help nobody, Honcho, unless my house is clean first.
Correct. Absolutely correct.
And that's the only way I can really describe it. If I describe it any way, somebody's going to say you're xenophobic, you're racist, you're homophobic, you're anti-immigrant. No, I'm none of those things. I am pro-black and pro-American. And it's because it's my money that you all are playing these shenanigans with. You're not going to fool me with that shit. I'm going to tell you what the hell I want you to do with my damn money because I earned it and worked for it 32 years. And that's just my position. And I just wanted to put that out. And this is how we unify. We have our differences and we have our positions. I'm not gonna sit. I'm not faking my position, and I ain't changing it either. We want reparations too. So that's why I ain't trying to build no damn wall and do some damn. We gonna do some what do you call it? Marshall Plan. So you can do all that. That's why I said this is fake and phony. This is how they can do reparations. They can do a wall. They can do Marshall Plan. Don't go for the okie doke. And we'll talk about we ain't got the money prepaid. Yeah, we got the money. We got the money to do what the hell we want to do. And as far as I'm concerned, it's my money. I paid taxes for 32 years. You gonna do with my money what the hell I tell you to do. Okay. And we want reparations. We got a black agenda. If you can build a wall, you can give reparations for the atrocity of slavery. Calling our babies alligator babies, sitting our babies in boiling water. We've survived. And we fought all of your wars.
I got a question, Ms. Sunshine.
Unpaid labor. Okay, so you see what I mean?
Yeah. Did any of the candidates talk about reparations? Like I said, I didn't get a chance to see all of the debates. Like I said, I caught a lot of highlights here and there, and just kind of for each candidate. Did any of them talk about reparations?
Nope, not in yesterday's, but they did. Damn, I'm sorry. It wasn't yesterday's. Whenever the latest one, no. But the previous one, yes. They did talk about it. They talked about it not, what was it, this Monday or Tuesday. But Marianne Williamson's put it on the table, the previous one. This is actually, what we're actually talking about is debate number 2. But, they've got so many candidates, they can't even have, oh my gosh, you can't even have one damn debate. You got to have 2 days worth of debate. So they had to do the debates across 2 days. So what we're actually talking about is debate number 2 with Cory Booker and all of them. But Elizabeth Warren, Bernie Sanders, Marianne Williamson, they were in debate number 1. And that was early in the week. And yes, reparations was on the map. She put it up. It's on the agenda, and we're going to keep it on the agenda. And nobody's going to keep me from it and say that it can't happen. You can't say that it can't happen, just like you didn't say, okay, here's what I tell people, talk about some reparations can't happen. A lot of people said that Trump wouldn't win the presidency. He's in the presidency. A lot of people also said that Obama, the first black, that we would never have a black president. He has done his history and performed his record. It has been done. So nobody can tell me to my death, Sean going to fight for reparations to the debt. The debt is old, and we're going to do it. We're going to atone as a country. We're going to say sorry, and hopefully we be all footsie-toes and live happy ever after. But we can never live happy ever after until they atone and admit the wrongfulness and the debt that must be paid. And I'm going to end it on that, baby. Love you, Honcho.
Okay. I appreciate the call, Ms. Sunshine. It's always good to hear from you.
Okay, bye-bye.
All right, you have a good day. Look, y'all hating and all that, but you know what I'm saying? Y'all ain't called in, so y'all gonna let Miss Sunshine talk. Y'all will call her, so I'm gonna let her get her thoughts out. So y'all hate her, but I want 10 minutes. Yeah, it's a 10-minute rule, but if ain't nobody calling them, let me let you speak. Yeah, and I gotta figure out how we're gonna implement cause we gotta do the den debates real soon. I wanna try to maybe do it next week sometime. So the only way I can think of is via Skype, but we'll figure it out. What's the motherfucking deal? Who do we have calling into the den this evening?
What if I introduce Jason S?
Jason R. What's the motherfucking deal? What's on your mind? How you feel today?
During the Hall of Fame game, are we not going to address the fact that Vic Fangio had a head coaching job with a kidney stone that didn't pass?
I mean, that sounds more like a soft sports topic, but I guess we could address it. I mean, it's a thing. It's Free Range Friday, so I guess it's in the range of free. So he never passed the stone. I thought he passed. So he ended up did not pass the stone. Did he go back to the hospital afterwards?
I mean, that had to hurt. Especially, I don't know who said it, but it's one of the, I don't know who said it, but I think one of the commentators said the worst part is having a good view and also knowing where to stand.
Said having a good view and knowing where to stand.
Yeah, like if you have a kidney stone, because it didn't pass.
That's tough, man. I mean, I don't know if I want to. I mean, I don't know anything about kidney stones. I hope I never get one. But it sounds terrible. I mean, it sounds bad. It sounds. I mean, but he had the kidney stone. He still won, though, right?
Yeah, they still won.
So all I can say about that is fuck the Falcons.
With the bitch ass dirty birds.
Yes, yes. So, and for everybody who's participating in the marquee cap, y'all keep going. I'll tell you, I know exactly how to pick the winner of this one. Trust me, I know exactly how to pick the winner. There's no winner yet. Yeah. So what did you think about that game? What did you think about the Hall of Fame game? Did you watch the entire game?
No, I didn't. In fact, I kind of got bored of it, but it was also because I had to go to sleep because I was very tired. I woke up at 6.
Okay. So you're not pulling any more all nighters?
Nah, not at least not for a while. No.
Okay.
I'm trying to get back into my sleep schedule.
Okay. When does school start back?
That depends. That depends on who you're asking. Because for some people, it starts on the 23rd or the 28th or something like that. But for me, I start on the 15th.
Wow,
the 15th of August. Because apparently they're trying to even it out to where we start school, to where we end school early, like on June 1st.
Mm-hmm.
And then they're trying to get, I don't know. I don't remember. But I don't care to remember.
Okay. Yeah, that sounds terrible. 'Cause I remember we used to get out. It was in May. It was like late May. We used to get out. Now y'all getting out in June and shit. Terrible stuff.
Yeah, but if I could be brutally honest, I don't know if it's because I didn't do anything this summer, but despite how much I hate school, at least it kept me occupied, and at least it gave me something to do.
Like learn.
Just like it gave me a challenge.
Okay. You said you're gonna be going to a new institution this year, right?
Yeah, because all this summer, I legit didn't do anything. I stayed in the house. Well, I did do some things. I went to a quinceañera. I went to my cousin's graduation party, and I went to go see Toy Story 4. But that's it. I didn't do anything else. And I guess I learned something from the summer that I need to get out more and not stay in the house as much.
Yes, more social interaction, would you say?
Yes, exactly. And I'm not saying, staying in the house is a bad thing. In fact, I like it a bit more than being social and such. But it doesn't. In the long run, it's not the best thing to do all summer. I want to have a good balance of both. I'd be able to do that if most of my friends lived near me, but they don't.
Yeah, so you said something about redistricting, right? And so now you're going to be switching things up. So are you looking forward? Are you going to have to make some new friends, or will some of your old friends be in the same district as you? How will that work?
Well, I have to go into this. I'm gonna go into the school year with an open mind, knowing I'm not gonna see any of my friends from last year, and I should not expect to see most of them who transferred from Lehman to Hayes, the school that I'm being transferred to as well. Because I don't know how the scheduling system works, and not every student is gonna have the same schedule as I will. So that's something that I had to realize, and I'm going to be, in a higher grade level that I just found out.
And you're going to be in a higher grade level?
Yeah, I'm going to be a sophomore this year. I don't know who the hell it was, but somebody thought I was starting my senior year of high school, which is completely off.
Okay.
I might sound I might sound like I'm 37, but I'm only 15.
So if you had a choice of social clubs or things maybe to do more socially, Jason, what would you engage in? What would you do?
Probably, I don't know. I guess hang out at the theater during lunch.
Hang out in the theater during lunch. That's what you would do.
'Cause that's yeah, because that's something that I'm actually engaged in.
Is that really a thing, or is it just kind of something you do?
It. What was it? What was
I say, is that really a thing, or is it just kind of something that you do?
that? Is what really a thing?
Hanging
You're,
out
you're
in the
not being
theater,
that serious.
hanging out in the theater during lunch.
Oh, well, it's not a thing, but but because you brought that up, I was like, I thought about it for a second. I was like, well, maybe I could do that because I didn't do that. I didn't do that last year. The reason why I didn't do it last year is because I actually had friends to talk to and friends to hang out during lunch that unfortunately are staying at Lehman because of how the maps work. And Lehman is losing most of their population too, and Hayes is getting overpopulated, which I don't think that's a good thing.
So my thing is this: instead of hanging out during lunch, I got a question. And if you don't want to talk about it, I mean it's fine. Is there like an issue that you have during lunch that you would rather be away from everybody instead of maybe trying to interact? And isn't that when most people kind of tend to socialize during the lunch period? If they don't have classes with someone else or their friends or whatever, don't you kind of like
Uh-huh.
generally hang out during lunch? Why go be isolated in the theater as opposed to enjoying your lunch with everybody else?
Oh, okay. Maybe I wasn't a bit too clear. I would if other theater kids would go have lunch in theater, I'd probably have theater with them and try to interact with them. But coming back to what you were saying, I'm not going to lie. It's I'm kind of there's a part of me that's kind of yearning to go somewhere where nobody knows my name, just so I can make new friends and definitely not forget about the old ones, but just go somewhere else where nobody knows my name, or just be alone. Just be alone for some period of time because being alone for me, I've done at least I've done out of the 12 years of my life because my two my two older brothers, my way older brothers, lived in the house, because they were teenagers, but then they moved on to bigger and better things, and that left me as an only child for most up to now, and I guess I've always just felt better when I was alone. And I've always done in school. I've always done a lot of things alone. Projects I kind of do by myself. Assignments where I had to work in partners always chose to be by myself. Even when there were friends in that class, I would choose just to work by myself because that's the way that I've had most success in. Don't get me wrong. I work. I would say that I work better with other people, but it's just something that I've always had, in my heart that I always want to just work by myself because you know, I could just do things. I could do things. I could just keep a better balance of both. Like I'm good with working with other people, and I'm also good working by myself. My preference is to work by myself.
Now, I think like and this is just my opinion. It seemed like you had some contradicting statements there. And what I'm saying is, you say you prefer to work by yourself and things like that. But then you also mentioned over the summer that you would like to have more social activities. So that's why I'm sensing a bit of a disconnect. School is that chance that you have to have those more of those social opportunities. But you said you kind of prefer working by yourself, and I understand. I understand because I tend to operate better by myself too. But then when it comes time to do group activities or things, there's a certain way things have to be done. I just don't like being responsible for other people, but it is what it is. Sometimes you might be the best option to keeping things in line, but I don't know. So is it that you prefer working by yourself? Is it that you're just used to it? But would you rather have more associates? Like how do you genuinely feel when you think about your overall social situation?
Okay. First off, thank you for thank you for letting me know that my statements were contradictory to themselves. Socially, when it comes to school, I tend to work more by myself. When it comes to school, okay, when it comes to school, I usually tend to work by myself. I I'm okay with working by myself, and I'm okay with working with other people, but I prefer to work with myself because that's just my preference, and I'm used to it. Like, just like you said, I'm used to it. Social wise, I really do like to interact, but it's kind of like school and social life. I'm used to being by myself when I would like to be, you know, more social in that. Does that make sense?
I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying. So do you feel like a level of discomfort when trying to engage socially? Is that kind of the issue?
Absolutely, I always do, especially with new people. Because the thing about it was is that no matter who I'm talking to, it's so easy to get it's so easy to get like what there's always going to be like a roadblock once we've conversated for so long we don't find anything else to talk about, and then it just becomes awkward, and then I guess the only way to make the situation awkward is to just go back to being alone, because that's the way that I think that to just not make it awkward, because
Uh,
none because
if I recommended you some reading material that would be beneficial to you if you applied it, would you really read it? Because I mean, I don't want to recommend it if you're not even going to waste your time and not read it. But if I suggested some literature that could definitely be beneficial to your situation, because like I say, what it seems is that you want to make those connections, but you're allowing the awkwardness almost at the that maybe after everything takes place to kind of override the benefit of actually making new social connections. Like there's some other things that I see into it too, but I'm not going to I'm not going to discuss it all the way in front of everybody in the chat and everything. But I think that there's a couple of books that may be beneficial to your current mind frame that I think would be of a good help, and the kind of things that I wish I would have had around your age, because I might have applied myself differently. So if I send you a text message with some of these things, would you genuinely read these things, or would you say that you would and would not read
uh give them to me, and I'll think about it.
I need a commitment beforehand, because if I'm committing to sending you this information, I need a commitment from you beforehand that you will read it.
Yeah, I'd be interested.
Okay, we'll see what's happening. I'll shoot you something here in a little bit after the stream. I'm gonna shoot you a couple of interesting books that I think you should read.
Okay.
I appreciate the call. Kenneth, you can't read. Stop fucking lying, Kenneth. God damn. Anyway, well, that's obvious, James Hart. We know. We can definitely tell about your interaction in the chat about your reading level. Rashida Reed in the house. Yes, I am toxic, but it's all love. Y'all know it's nothing but love. From my time to talk a little bit of shit, but I love y'all. What's the motherfucking deal? Who do we have calling into the den this afternoon?
Hey, what's up, Honcho? This is Kenneth.
Hey, Jay here. What's the motherfucking deal? What's on your mind, man?
Man, I just kind of wanted to ask you a few things, man. Cause school year about to come back up, and I'm generally focused on what I need to get done, but sometimes I get a little distracted and shit. You know what I'm saying? So I just want to ask you, what do you do? Like, you have any tips on what I should do to, just kind of keep my head on the swivel and kind of, stay on course with what I need to get done on the school year and shit? Now I'm gonna hang up and listen on. Just a question I needed to ask you.
Okay, I got you.
Appreciate it.
All right. So I think you kind of asked again, kind of like Jason did. I think you got some contradictions going on. You want to keep your head on the swivel, which is looking out and about and all around you, but then to stay focused. Staying focused means honing in on a singular thing, and so I think you gotta either pick one or the other. If you're trying to keep your head on the swivel and know everything that's going on, you're not going to necessarily be focused. So I think that you got to make some determinations. You got to take some time and again cut off the bullshit ass music, regardless of what you think it is. It's trash and it's bullshit. And really spend some time with yourself alone. Cut the electronics off. I'll finish that up in just a second. What's the motherfucking deal? Who do we have calling into the den this afternoon?
Man, it's your boy Roman.
Roman. What's the motherfucking deal, man? What's on your mind, Roman?
Man, well, I know it's free range Friday, man. So I've been on here trying to think, damn, what the hell talk about, bro? I don't know, man. But one thing I meant to call in, but I had some stuff to do. But there's Mario Lopez stuff I want to talk to you about, man.
Okay.
I didn't watch the stream, so I didn't hear what you say. So before I talk, what was your feelings about it? Did you agree with him?
Yeah, I think that he shouldn't have apologized for what he said. I understand why he did because of the position that he's in, but I don't think that he should have apologized or recanted his statements because, you know, that's the problem when you keep showing when people time and time again continue to bow under the pressure. It puts them in a.
That's true.
It just shows that people are going to continue to harass. Well, somebody said something I don't like. We can just keep harassing the fuck out of them, and then they're going to change it. And then, but the thing is, the damage is already done. So whether you apologize or not, you know, it is what it is. So that's just kind of how I felt about it. But I don't think he was wrong about what he said.
No, I don't think it's wrong. I think that, you know, like I don't hate gay people, and trans people. I don't look. That's you, but a trans child, I think it's confusion. I think it's what they see, how they see it. The media and TV doesn't do a good job of showing good messages, in my opinion. And then their parents don't know who they're around, who they be around. I think it's more confusion. I can't believe that fucking 5-year-old child says they're a girl and they're a boy. It just makes no sense to me, man. But one thing that I can say that I can turn into a whole topic. I mean, I think the world is getting more sensitive, Honcho. It's like opinions. You can't say your opinion without some controversy. People only accept the opinion they agree with, or widely agree with. You get what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So right now, you got to think about the LGBT. It's huge right now, humongous. It's bigger than it's ever been. And now, if you openly say, especially on social media, you say it in the inside of your house, nobody can hear you. But you gonna say open talk, man, I don't agree with the LGBT. I'm not big on gay people. You're destroyed. You're hated. You are homophobic. It's like you're burning them. It's like, you know, you're killing them at the stake, like how they used to do back in the 1300s. It's stupid, man, because I look correctly, the First Amendment is freedom of speech. You say what you want to say. You gotta realize, I don't agree with everything somebody says. You know, I'll be looking at that Tommy Lauren. I don't like that hoe. But you know what? That is her opinion. I don't agree with it. But, hey, I'm not about to go on her channel, or I'm not about to go in her comments and say, just go jog and say, you get what I mean? I'm not petty like that. I think people are just petty and just so sensitive about these topics. Like, I got another example for you, man. You know Quentin Tarantino came up with that new movie, Once Upon in Hollywood?
No, I hadn't heard about it.
Yeah. Well, it was a new movie by Quentin Tarantino. It's like his ninth film. Yes, his ninth film. It has like Brad Pitt, Leonardo DiCaprio, Margot Robbie, Al Pacino. It got a lot of good actors in action. It was a good movie. And, well, this one guy, his name Mike Moe, he played Bruce Lee. And now, you know, the premise of the story is that Leonardo and Brad Pitt play two fictional characters. You know, their characters are not real, while everybody else's character in the movie is real. You know, Margot Robbie playing Sharon Tate. You know, I think you know, of course, what happens to Sharon Tate. So it's basically like a big play and a big what if with the Sharon Tate murder. Okay, so at the end, you know, they do some big. She doesn't die. It's like a big, it's a big good ending to what really happened. But no, Bruce Lee's in the movie, and you know, now Quentin Tarantino has caused controversy because of one particular scene where it's like Brad Pitt is fighting him, and then because his Brad Pitt's character's named Cliff, and Cliff is like kicking Bruce Lee's ass. You know, this is of course fake because Bruce Lee was the number one nigga back in 1969. So it's taking controversy from his daughter, like Bruce Lee's daughter, because she says, oh, you know, he shouldn't be laughed at or shouldn't be, you know, she felt like people was mocking him, which, I mean, you know, that's her father, so
he has the right to opinion, but he has to take it that the movie, that part was supposed to be funny. It's serious at points, but it's really somewhat of a comedy. You get what I mean? It's funny in a lot of parts. So that's what I mean by you can't take everything too heavy. I think people take stuff too heavy and don't realize a lot of parts of it's supposed to be funny. That's why I think a lot of comedians catch flack. You get what I mean? Because you say a joke, that they don't think it's funny, you're horrible. Dave Chappelle had made a joke about trans kids. He got shamed. You know, the thing is, you're not gonna like everything somebody says, but if the world needs to be a little more open, a little bit more just take a chill pill on shit, bro. I just think we'll be a better world. Man, what you think? Do you think the world's too sensitive?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And the thing is, like a lot of most of the motherfuckers crying and complaining about shit really wouldn't do shit about it if they did not have social media, if they didn't have a gang of people. And that's why I say a lot of shit is fugazi to me, because it's just like, man, look, if you're not willing to stand on your own and speak about something, if it takes somebody, that's why I say a lot of these accusations and false things that come out a lot concern me. Because if it wasn't important enough to you to speak out on your own without a group of people running behind you to say this, that, and the third, I don't know how serious I can take it. If you're not willing to risk whatever you got going on to say and speak how you feel, then it is kind of what it is. Again, it's like I feel you too about the thing, and I've really been debating like this last week if I'm going to stop watching movies. Like as a whole, like maybe some old shit, but because just the way that this culture is going, like I'm really thinking about disconnecting from like everything. Like I'm not saying I'm gonna stop streaming. Like I still use the internet to find and research things that I want. But as far as watching any of this new entertainment that gets put out, I'm probably gonna be done with it. Because even like the way like Netflix and a lot of these companies are going with this quote unquote woke ideals. And that's why I say, man, I'm not even keen on having no kids because this is the government. This is not government, but the society that we're living in. They're getting attacked from every fucking angle. The video games are trying to get woke. The news, everything is trying to get woke. So I don't want nothing to do with the shit, honestly.
This woke, I feel like it's not. I mean, it's just another hidden agenda behind that. Like I feel like Black Lives Matter is a hidden agenda. Of course, I support black people and cops killing. Just people in general, of course, black people, man, that's a problem. I'm not saying it's not. Eric Gardner, Trayvon Martin, all of them, yes, they deserve all the justice. I'm not saying that. But Black Lives Matter was made by two gay women, two black gay women. Let's be honest, man. But all rich white men supporting that. I don't want to hear that. That's a whole agenda pushed behind that. So, no, but I agree with you 100%, Honcho, man. This world's too sensitive, man. That's the only reason, like, couple, like, just some of these new movies and games, it's just always got to be a gay character. It got to be some that, in my opinion, has nothing to do with the story. And that's when you set me off, man. But that's my call, man.
All right. Well, I appreciate your call there, Ron, and for sharing your thoughts.
Man, ain't time now. I better get my pesos, bro. I saw one that counted against Kenneth.
Yeah. I'm just saying, Kenneth is defeated whenever that question comes up. He gets no love. But but that's a bad romance. I got you. I'll drop some stachios on. Well, I don't know. I guess you got to put a chat. I gotta see if they went through. But that's a bad.
All right, man. Talk to you later, Honcho.
I appreciate the call, man. So, and I'm serious. Like I've really been thinking about that. Like I'm really thinking about I might be just done with television. Period. Whatever y'all be saying. With the extra letters and shit. I'm thinking I'm done with movies. Like, I don't give a fuck about none of this shit. I really don't give a fuck about actors or entertainers. I don't really give a shit about, because everything is trash. Like, everything is remakes and trash now. Like, I really think I'm done with all this shit. Like, I ain't played the fucking since the last mixer I haven't played on my Xbox. Like, I don't care about none of that shit. We've been done with you, female pimp. Shut your ass. What's the motherfucking deal? Who we got? Who we got calling in to the den this afternoon?
Hello, this is Rashida.
Miss Rashida, how are you doing this afternoon, Miss Rashida?
I'm doing good. I heard you were looking for me.
Now, if I'm looking for you, I'm gonna find you. I'm gonna pull up.
What's up?
Well, what's up? We got some flex. I mean, what's up? What's happening?
You know what's up.
I'm counting. Huh? Oh yeah,
You know what you did.
yeah, oh
You
yeah,
tried
yeah.
to
Nah,
play
nah,
me the
nah,
other day.
nah. You was flexing. Yeah, that's what it was. You was flexing on the pistachios. I told you that I was having some keyboard issues, and
No,
it.
no, no. See, this what we
Mm-mm,
ain't gonna do.
mm-mm.
We ain't gonna sit up here and tell no half truth now.
Nah, I told you that I was having some keyboard issues because it typed 100 twice when I meant to say I meant to give you 1,000. It typed 100 again.
No, sir.
Yes, ma'am.
No, sir.
Yes,
You
ma'am.
didn't follow it up. You didn't
Because
follow
you
it up
threw
with a
you
900, did you?
because you threw them back in my face. I didn't realize the mistake. By the time I realized the mistake, you took the pistachios, you put them in a little plastic bag, and you threw them back at me, hit me in the face. One of them poked me in my eye. I can't even see straight right now. I think my eye's still
Hey,
red.
Miss Betty
You
Spaghetti, how
bought
you doing?
you bought a 100
Miss
pistachios, just
Betty
threw them back
Spaghetti,
at me.
this what happened. Let me tell you what happened.
Mm-mm,
He was giving out free pistachios at the end of the call the other day.
mm-mm.
And he said, who else wants the pistachios now? Man, he had gave the other person 1,000.
Who was the other
And
person?
then I say, me, I want some free pistachios, and he gonna give me 100, right?
Mm-mm. That ain't
I'm
how
like,
it went.
well, that ain't shit. You know, I don't need no little 100. What I'm gonna do with that? I can't even pay nobody with 100. And then he gonna follow it up and give the next person behind me 1,000. Now, what that say? He tried to play me, right?
I don't think this was true. I don't think this was true. I think that it was only two people that I gave pistachios to because I said, who was the next person that wants some? Now you responded first, and someone followed up behind you and responded. I wasn't looking. I was just typing in the names. I didn't realize I only gave you 100. I had intentions of giving you 1,000, and then I gave the individual after you 1,000. And then he was like, "What is this?"
No,
And then I
Miss
said,
Betty Spaghetti. Miss Betty Spaghetti. I wish I was playing. I said he gave me 100, like I'm a little kid or something. What the hell I'm doing with 100?
and when I
So
was
you
in the
damn right.
process,
I gave that shit right back to him.
and I told you, I said that I had keyboard
keep
issues.
them
I was
little
in the
pistachios.
process of adding the additional pistachios because I told her I sent a message said, oh, I meant to give you 1,000, but again, it mistakenly typed 100 because for some reason when I'm pushing repeated
Nah,
numbers over there,
James.
it was
James, he would have had to give me. He would have had to give me a whole 1,000 because I gave him them 100 pistachios.
but I was in the process.
You not gonna sit up here and play with me like that. You
I
give
was
me
in the
1,000.
process
You
of
gonna
giving
give
the
me 100.
additional pistachios. I was in the process of adding the additional. When I was typing it out before I could push enter, a bag of pistachios hit me in the face. 100 pistachios just hit me in the face. Wow! I was just, oh, what happened? Where did this come from? She said, keep your little funky, stanky, raggedy ass brown pistachios. They ain't even green.
That's right,
They ain't even good enough to eat.
you seen that bullshit that went down. You damn right. I gave him back there for pistachio. Shit.
Yeah, she hit me in the face with the pistachios. That's why my keyboard don't work. I think one of the shells got stuck in the in the grooves, and so I can't even type. I can't even use the letter Y right now. You know what I'm saying? So all I'm saying, look, Kanisha, the don't start because Kanisha was the recipient of the 1,000. So while you over there taking sides, somebody benefited from the whole program.
You didn't have to throw her out there like that.
I'm throwing out there because she co-signed. That's why I'm throwing out. I wasn't gonna say nothing at first, but she started co-signing me. So I'm look. I'm throwing.
And then y'all, you know what make it worse is that I'm a moderator here. Now, if anything, you should get the people that's working for you that whole 1,000. You know what I'm saying? You don't try to play the people that come here and work for you for free. You know what I'm saying? We should be getting paid pistachios every day anyway when we show up. But we don't.
But you know what happens with the moderators behind the scenes. See where the average watcher.
He ain't never tried to correct his errors, Tanisha. He so did.
Yeah, because she threw it back at me. She said she didn't want my fucking pistachio.
When something is a mistake, you correct it. He ain't correct that mistake.
I was insulted by the pistachio, which I was fixing to supplement the additional pistachio.
I was insulted that you giving me 100 pistachios when you passing out 1,000 pistachios. That's what I was insulted about. So you damn right. If you got hit in your eye with your 100 pistachio, hey, I ain't got shit to do with that.
But with the moderators, while you talking about the moderators,
There you go, everybody. That's why he was supposed to pay me. That's right.
This is what happens with the moderators, right? The moderators receive a bonus of 1.5 times what everybody else gets. So while everybody else is earning pistachios, the moderators earn an additional 50% more. I might have upped it. I got to see exactly what it is. So the moderators do actually earn more pistachios than the regular individuals. So now, so why you? Damn, 335. Is it that bad?
That's what he
tough.
say, y'all. That's what he
tough.
say, y'all. He always trying to cover his ass. I don't believe that.
Man, I'm trying to tell you. Look, player. I'm trying to tell you, player. I would never do such a thing.
No.
See, I'm telling you, look, I have to pull up. I gotta pull up receipts and screenshots and all that.
It's a bunch of bullshit going on around this end. That's what's going on.
No. Hold on.
But anyway, what y'all been talking about? Cause I just pulled up. I don't know.
Hold on, let me see. 1 second.
He always asks me, you and me with the pistachios, y'all. I don't know why. But it's all good. So
All right, we gonna see. Look, this is what I'm saying, man. That damn 335. But see, look, but the messed up part about it is this how society will do. You see, the people who benefited from it,
and then after his mistake, he only give me 100 pistachios. He tried to say I was trying to half side on the pistachio.
Yeah, she was half side. I was finna supplement the pistachio problem, and before I could hit the enter button, like I said, the pistachios were returned violently. You know what I'm saying? Just threw them back at me. Just gave them back. You know what I'm saying? Just gave them back. I was just like, wow. I mean, I'm trying to fix the problem. After you something like, okay, well, fine. She don't want these pistachios. Then you can get no pistachios. Then you gonna act like that?
That means that spaghetti.
Nobody gonna get no pistachios. You know? That's how we gonna do it. But you just violated the integrity of the pistachios, and I was insulted.
Right.
Insulted, yeah. So.
Right. Mm-hmm. Okay, if you say so.
Mm-hmm. Let me check these pistachio rankings for you.
But anyway, vote Rashida. I think y'all got one more day. Vote Rashida.
Yeah, the
You
race
get 200 pistachios.
The race is relatively close. Y'all better be on it. Y'all better be getting y'all votes in for your favorite mod, because, like I say, tomorrow at the 10 p.m. Then tomorrow will be the last of the vote taking. So make sure y'all get y'all votes in either via the chat, but I have to confirm it. If I don't confirm it in the chat, then that means I probably didn't see it. Or you can do it via the
Hey, female pimp say you a crybaby.
Female pimp say what?
She always cracking on you.
Female pimp is a.
I'm not roughing Honcho up. We just talking about what happened. It ain't no problem to him.
Look, female pimp is a Russian bot tranny. So I ain't worried about that. That's the Marcus little blue thing. So I don't want no problem. I don't want the Marcus putting no hands on me if I get too aggressive with female pimp. He didn't empty many of pistachio accounts behind the whims of a female pimp. So that's all I'm finna say.
That's right, James. You can vote for me because I ain't never timed you out. I always speak to you and everything.
I don't know about that.
And Broderick, where you at? Cast your vote for me, cause me and you, we've been A1 since day one. You know that.
That's tough. I see the tables. This is a mutiny. This is what's happening. I see what's going on in here. Look, yeah, that's what y'all doing. Yeah, y'all trying to take me out over here. Let me see something. Let me see what this thing was.
DeMarcus, stop begging for votes. Your ass ain't gonna win. Don't nobody be rocking with you like that. Go ahead on. You taking away my vote. Leave my people alone.
Let my people go. Okay. So Broderick, is that a confirmed vote for Rashida? Is that a vote for Rashida as your favorite mod? Professor Trio.
Yeah, you gotta type. You gotta type. I vote Rashida because he be acting like he don't know what people talking about.
I don't. That's why I say I gotta confirm. You can say I'm with you, boo, and then he might send a text message on the deadline saying he voting for Professor Trio. So I don't know. I mean, I need confirmation and proof So that way, if people just say, "Oh, they ain't vote for you," well, I can say, "Look, Bow, look, here you go, right here. This is what they said. I vote for
You know what he
so and so."
mean. You know what? You be playing me out my votes too. First of all, y'all, some of the other moderators be hating on me and they be deleting my vote. And then I got him. He he at the head of the. Don't be trying to interrupt me. He at the head of the thing, and then he see people vote for me, and then he act like he don't see it because they didn't say I vote Rashid.
I don't know. I don't. You sure? You sure? Only other moderators, the only ones out here deleting votes. You know, I'm just asking. I haven't seen. You know, sometimes I miss things. I'm trying to make sure that there is no violations, no sketchy behavior going on in this election here.
And Kenneth, that was nice for you to give him a charity vote. Now he got 2 votes.
That's tough. I don't know. The market might got more than 2 votes. Y'all look, don't believe everything y'all just see on the chat screen. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying, players. You know, folks are meticulous about how they operate sometimes in this DM. You got to watch, folks.
Girl, Miss Only, he be acting stingy with them pistachio. I told you what he did to me the other day. And he still ain't put my pistachios up there.
I feel like I'm being forced. Is this like a union? Is it like a den union that's been formulated? You know what I'm saying? You know, what is going on?
James, you can think you got all the time. You only got till tomorrow to think about your vote. But I'm the only one that's really nice to you, and I speak to you every time you come in here. You ain't never had no problem with me. I ain't never timed you out, got mad at you, called you out your name or nothing.
Well, I know who not getting this vote. Look, Simpin Ken, you only get 1 vote. Your vote gonna get deleted for tampering because you're trying to vote for multiple accounts. So you gonna get a tamperer vote.
If he subscribed to 2 accounts, then why he can't get 2 votes? He's subscribing from different accounts, then hey.
Nah, that don't work. Okay, well if that's the case, and Kenneth got about 6 accounts. So if he subscribed from all 6 accounts and vote all 6 for DeMarkey, do you think that's fair?
I want my other 1,000 pistachios from the other day, and I want my 1,000 pistachios for this conference.
So you changed the subject though. So I'm just saying though, if Kenneth got 6 accounts and he voted from all 6 accounts for DeMarkey and DeMarkey ended up winning, is that fair?
If the markets end up winning because Kenneth got 6 accounts. That's what you said?
Yeah, because you said if he got more than 1 account that subscribed, they should be allowed to vote for it, right?
That's between you and Kenneth. I ain't got nothing to do with that.
But you just said if they got more than 1 account, they should be able to vote more than 1 time.
Oh, thank you, Sean King, for your vote. I'm gonna give you your pistachio time I get off the phone.
That vote don't count. That's a negated vote. That's Kenneth voting for multiple accounts, trying to fuck up the system. See, that's what's wrong.
So that shit was funny. You logged in and voted for me. Oh, Lord. Y'all is funny as hell. Oh, my goodness.
See, this is why we can't have quality elections, because people are corrupting the system. This is tough. That's tough.
You supposed to give your supporters something. That's how politics work, and why do you vote for people? Because they're going to do something for you.
Sound
ain't that the truth, or is that not the truth?
I don't know. They supposed to, but don't necessarily mean that they do.
You do know. Now, see, we ain't finna do this bullshit. You do know. Because the other day you talked about how people vote for people that had their best interest, and I got y'all best interest. That's right.
So what is your policy? What are you campaigning on?
My campaign is based on being nice, and I also give pistachios. That's it.
That's.
Now, when you gonna ask the other moderators what their platform is? Never, because they don't call in. They just sit in the chat and talk shit.
But I'm saying though, if they not worried about campaigning, can I force them to campaign? You know, I can't do that.
I didn't say you could, but you don't put no question in the chat for them either. So even if they don't call in, you don't ask them no question. So how you only gonna ask one person question?
Because you only want to campaign.
That's not
You the
how
only one
politics
that
works.
campaigns. Yeah.
If I'm the only one campaigning, then I'm the only one needs to be in the race. They need to drop out then.
I mean, you know, some people win without campaigning. Some people have. Look, Harambe got votes last election. He was dead.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just saying, though. I'm just saying.
Right.
He got elected. I mean, we didn't get elected. He got votes, but he was dead. He was dead. He was a monkey. He wasn't even a human being. So I mean, I'm just saying, you know.
There you go, Oli. I'm gonna give you some pistachios too. I like that banner you be doing.
It's tough. See,
Hey,
look,
Kanisha girl, you know what? You a trip girl. You had me cracking up the other day. Hey, Miss Shannon, how you doing?
it's tough. Shannon vote don't count either. Shannon did flip the
I
script.
don't play. I don't. Who play Halo? What's that? That game? No, I don't play no Halo. But if you give me your vote, I learn how to play and I give you 200 pistachios.
This is tough. I can't believe the things that are being said. The bribery, the purchasing of votes. I have no comment.
You didn't set no rules, did you?
I don't know. Maybe not. No telling.
Kanisha, we ain't gonna go there. You just my girl. Just know that.
See, doing all that, and you know what? I know what I'm gonna do. I know how I'm gonna fix this election. I'm gonna rig the election. I'm gonna unblock Maria and let her run and give her a wrench, and she gonna win. She gonna beat everybody. That's tough. Okay.
Well, did you have any other questions?
No, I have no further questions, Your Honor.
So, did you give me both of my sets of pistachios?
Yeah, don't throw them back this time. You have an adequate reception of
You know what?
pistachios.
You need to give me interest on them other pistachios that you owe me from the other day.
I don't know about that. Interest rates have dropped.
See, y'all, you see how he do me? Every time I start talking about pistachio, he don't want to give me none. See? Y'all see this. It's all good. So I don't know why he treat me like that, and I'm the best mod he got. I don't know. It's sad.
Hold on.
But I still come in. I come in despite of being mistreated. What's wrong with the chat?
Give me just un segundo. I caught a fucking cramp in my damn leg. So I have to resolve this issue. So yes, I will be invisible for a moment while I'm recovering. Oh my God. See, look, you this conversation and cramp my leg up. That's tough. You just trying to.
Well, let me get off. Cause it look like I done shut the den down.
Yeah, everybody won't understand. This is a socialist regime. I don't know what's going on here. All right, well, Miss Rashida, I appreciate you calling in and
No, you don't.
Yes,
No,
I do.
you don't. No, you don't. You don't appreciate me calling in. No, you don't. No, you don't.
Tough. That's tough. I can't believe these false allegations against my
It
character.
ain't no false allegations. It's all the truth. You know what went down. It's all true. All facts.
Look, I'm gonna go back and post that timestamp so y'all can see for yourself. I was accosted.
Why you got to do all that? Now, see, why you got to do all that? I gave them a summary already of what happened.
Yeah, but they want the truth. I want to make sure that they can see the truth for themselves. You know, I don't want to suppress the journalists and the media. You know,
Well, don't edit nothing I said either.
I'm not gonna edit anything. I'm gonna leave it as it is, unfiltered. It's tough.
You know what? You always trying to do extra stuff. We already discussed it and it's over with.
Why can't let the people decide for them? Why can't the people have their own opinion? Why are the people not allowed to determine for themselves? Just like all that Jesse
Because
evidence.
I already gave them a synopsis of what happened.
Look, what happened the last time somebody from Chicago gave the world a synopsis of what happened and did an interview and did all that?
Because I'm from Chicago, I got to be lying. See that what you?
Then when the fact came, I'm just saying
Now see,
last time
that.
somebody from Chicago did something like that, it wasn't a good look. That's all I'm saying. I'm not
Now y'all
accusing.
see how you low key trying to say that people from Chicago be lying.
Mm.
See, that's that bullshit. See, that's what I'm talking about, y'all.
I didn't say
I
that.
think you got something against Chicago people.
Mm-mm. I just said, last time somebody from Chicago said
Why they
something.
got to be from Chicago? He ain't from Chicago. He from Hollywood.
But he was in Chicago.
No,
It ain't where you
that
from. It's
yeah,
where
he
you
was in
at.
Chicago. That ain't where he's from.
It ain't
So
where
he
you
don't
from. It's
represent
where
Chicago.
you
He was
at.
there representing wherever the hell he was born from.
Mm.
We don't just take anybody. That maybe that's what y'all do, but we don't do that.
Nah, I think that you rocking with. I think you rocking with Jesse. I think Jesse at your house right now. Y'all coming up with a way to get the bail for Kels. Y'all Chi-Town folks, y'all stick together.
Look, you just pull up on your keyboard, and give me all my pistachios. Start trying to cheat me out my
See how they
pistachios.
trying to do the
Now I
pistachios?
won't answer.
Pistachios had already been delivered, and now they trying to get them. Ain't that boy? I tell you, and want some more. And what is the premise of
That's
more
right.
pistachios? I can't.
And you be giving them out free, so why people can't vote for? What's wrong with that?
Because they ask nicely, they perform
I would not ask
songs in the
nice when you
song.
gave me less than everybody else. So what's the point of asking nice? Just give me my pistachios so I can get on about my business.
I was trying to give it to you. You got vicious with me through the pistachios bag before I could properly
That's right. And
account for them.
I hope they hit you upside the head or in your eye too.
See,
That's right.
if they hit me in the eye, I won't be able to see how to give out any more extra pistachios.
You
If
still
that's the
got
case.
one more eye to look at. You don't need both eyes. Just one eye.
I need both of them. Both of them. I need both of them. That 10 may look like 100. That 100 may look like 10,000. I got to make sure that I accurately disperse these pistachios properly. Otherwise.
And for the new people, I'm just kidding with Honcho. Don't be thinking I'm violent or mean or nothing like that. I'm one of the nice people in the den. You know what I'm saying? Bo Rashid.
This who y'all voted for. Look, y'all should see the violent, threatening messages he sends to the den line when we not live, and she threatens to hit the report button on me. She
You gonna try to recap everything I said, right?
She said she gonna call media matters on me. She said all these things. And she's gonna threaten the den folk.
Oh boy!
It's just a whole bunch of stuff. I don't even put it out there like that because I'm fearful of my life.
Oh, and before I go, Professor Trill, let me tell you something. You keep my name out your mouth. Because when that shit went down the other night, I ain't had shit to do with that. It wasn't no need for you to even bring my name up. Keep me out the middle of people bullshit. Now, if you want to be involved in that shit, then you do it. Don't try to drag me in it. And don't be sending nobody to try to comfort me because you're going to get their whole existence messed up. You know what I'm saying? Let me be peaceful. Don't try to charge nobody up to comfort me because the only thing you're going to do is sit back and laugh when I execute their ass. So, therefore, let's keep it all the way nice. Okay? And y'all have a blessed day, like prepaid said.
Does that sound like a nice and peaceful model? Executions and attacks and coming for people? I don't know. I got nothing else to say. Well, Miss Rashida, I appreciate you calling in. I have no further questions or anything.
No, you don't. You don't appreciate me calling in. You always say that. But then when I ask for pistachios, it's a problem.
Because I can't fund your campaign. If I'm giving you extra pistachios, then you dispersing them amongst the people to buy votes.
You were doing the same thing before this election. You were playing on a pistachio.
I was never a pistachio player. I'm a popcorn player, not a pistachio player. I cannot fund the campaign because then I look like I am contributing to the collusion of the campaign decision. So I don't want any illegal audits or anything happening to me. So, that's all I'm saying, player.
Mm-hmm.
Just saying.
Yeah.
Excuse me. Good grief.
Well, like I said, everybody, y'all have a blessed weekend, and don't forget, vote for Rashida. That's it. I'm out.
All right. Well, I appreciate you calling in, Miss Rashida. Whether you think so or not, I appreciate it.
Mm-hmm. Well, appreciate me some more pistachios.
Now, appreciation got to be bought. All right.
Bye.
Bye. All right. It's tough. It's a tough situation. This is the world we live in. You gotta buy the love. I can't believe that we've gone this far. Wow, bing, boom, bitty boop. Let's see. That's the right one. So, okay. Boop, 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 boop. Hold on, player. What's the motherfucking deal? Who we have calling into the DN this afternoon?
Now, see, I was just gonna let this slide, but you want to call a nigga out at the end of your call, right? First of all, you be in here talking all that shit, so I want to see somebody challenge your ass. Yes, I want to see if you really about what you be talking about. Second of all, if you want that person to be me, I sent you a picture this morning that I was in Chicago. I could have pulled up right then and there. Did I get a response? No. So I want to see if you just over there selling wolf tickets. You supposed to be big bad wolf to come blow this house down, goddamn. That's the fuck I'm talking about. So, yes, if you're going to be the queen of the Mars or whatever, or the favorite, then yes, you're going to be challenged. You ain't going to just get it without a fight, goddamn. So, I'm saying one of these ladies in here should fight your ass for it. I don't see nothing wrong with that. Motherfuckers come at me every day, all day. Prepaid come at me, leave me all kind of fucked up voicemails and everything. But I'm still Kang. I'm still here. Ain't nobody fucking with me. But I don't mind the challenge, so step up. Shut up. That simple.
So how do you really feel?
I said it. That's how I feel.
I'm just fucking with you. All right. Well, other than having to go through the wonderful city of Chicago, how's your day been today, Professor Trill?
It would have been better if it wouldn't have been no fucking traffic in Chicago. God damn, man.
Chicago got traffic. Atlanta got traffic.
Yeah, those are two worst. Them two and Dallas. Dallas is pretty bad too.
I believe it. And it's odd that these are the three places with all this terrible traffic, and then these be the three places with the most shit talkers in the den. I wonder what kind of correlation that has to do with the traffic and the trash talk when it comes to the den. That's interesting. That chat be full of trash talking.
That's probably why they're so angry. All that fucking traffic. They mad all the goddamn time. They don't get no reprieve.
That could be the case. They taking their traffic pains out on the den. That's messed up. Man. I thought it was better than that. Okay. So it's Free Range Friday, man. What's on your mind? Anything going down? Anything that you've seen that you find interesting, intriguing? Something that we may not have discussed this week that you want to speak on?
No, not really, to be honest. Ain't nothing new. It's pretty much same old shit.
I agree with that. It's same old, the game old. Ain't nothing changed. Okay. I don't know.
Yeah, that's it. I can hang up now. I said what I want to say.
Okay. All right. Well, that's a bit. Well, I appreciate you calling in, Professor Trill, and laying down that foundation.
All right.
All right. So we will take uno mas call before we end it all. We got about 10 minutes left in the program today. Hey, look who is joining us. Heidi. That's interesting. Man Cave, what's the motherfucking deal, man? DeMarkey. Who had the best diss on DeMarkey, man? That's tough. I don't know. I don't know. I saw some good ones. So this is how we gonna play it. We gonna let's see. Let me do it like this. Laying back in the cut, you say. I think you left a misspelled cunt. I'm just joking. I forgot that's a trigger word for certain people. Now what I was looking for, I was expecting a certain reaction when it happened, but it did not take place in the way I expected. What's the motherfucking deal? Who do we have calling into the den this evening? Hello.
What's going on, Hunter? This is the boy, man, up here.
Man up.
Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. What's the motherfucking deal, man up? What's on your mind today, man?
Man, I'm calling because I haven't called in a while, so, I thought I'd chop it up with you. I know you said it's Free Range Friday. I had a couple of things I want to say. Now, I haven't been able to watch a lot of your shows live, because I work a lot, but I have been coming back and watching them, here and there. Now, the number one thing I wanted to talk about was Mario Lopez's comments. I know those were a couple days ago, yesterday or whatever.
Yes,
and me personally, man, I don't see nothing wrong with what he said. He being honest, he's speaking his mind, but the way the world is, you know what I'm saying, you can't say certain things these days, which I don't understand. Now, also too, what I wanted to say about that is this here. I'm kind of mad at him, just like with the Kevin Hart thing. It's like you can't say what you want to say no more. I wouldn't. Now, I know they had to apologize because that's their livelihood, that's their money, at the end of the day, so they had to think about that. And I get it. But I don't like it, if that makes sense, how I'm putting it. Because he could say we all could say what we want to say. If he has an opinion about something, and nothing wrong with that. If our damn president can have an opinion about something, why can't we? He ain't threatening anybody or doing anything crazy. All he said was he just don't think that your little bitty child should be worried about, transgender and all that stuff. And the parents are helping them, so it's like, I agree. You shouldn't be worried about that shit. When I was 3 years old, I was worried about running outside getting dirty, playing in the dirt and in the mud and stuff. I wasn't worried about nothing like that. Shit, I'm still trying to beat me. I'm still trying to figure out who all these people around me is, who all my family members are. Trying to figure out their names and everything. I ain't worried about nothing like that. And I ain't started figuring out, my sexuality until then. I'm like, goddamn, in middle school, shit like that. When I started getting into girls and stuff like that. So, when they're 3, 4, 5, man, get out of here with that nonsense. Anyway, also, too, you had did a show, Are we afraid with women with power?
Yeah.
Now, me personally, the way I see this here, no, I'm not afraid of a woman with power. But I do know that sometimes people make assumptions about women in power because things that might happen personally in their lives. For example, I know when Hillary Clinton was running for president a few years ago, a lot of men didn't want her to run, for various crazy reasons, saying that she'll be emotional and stuff like that. I know a lot of men were saying stuff like that. Now, me personally, I would love to see it just to see what it's like first. Then you can make an assumption. That's just my personal opinion. So, if you want to be afraid of a woman with power, I think something is wrong with you deep down inside. Now, because any man in a relationship can tell you, man, your woman basically runs the household. Let's just keep it honest, keep it real. I'm just gonna be honest and keep it real. You can say you're the man of the house all you want, but we all know shit goes down because of your woman. Let's just be 100 honest with it. You see what I'm saying? So I just think that it's just ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? Being afraid of a woman with power. So, and then also too, my last one that you had did one called Fatherhood Unfair for Fathers. That one there, you know, I can kind of speak on that a little bit personally, because I've been through a lot of crazy shit, like I said, with the mother of my son. So I know that I can speak on that topic, you know what I'm saying, kind of personally there, because I have seen a lot of guys, you know what I'm saying, that go around having kids with a whole bunch of women. They can't even take care of the one that they had in the very beginning. So yeah, a lot of these guys do need to be thrown in jail. You know what I'm saying? Do need to have everything taken from them, because that's what they deserve. Sorry about they got a helicopter, airplane flying over my damn house.
They're trying to come get manned up. They're trying to get the cookie recipe.
Oh man, I just had to buy me a new oven, man, dude, because my oven went out, so I had to buy me another one, man. But anyway,
work, yeah. Okay.
But then, like I was saying in that show before, man, you do have some guys that just get bad luck on the draw. And what I think it was Prepaid, he called in, he was like, "Don't be scared to go to court. Go to court, be prepared." This is one thing that I was told by my old folks. Is that whenever you're doing something for your child, even if you are with the mother, keep receipts. Keep them. Don't even tell the mom you got receipts or nothing. Keep your receipts. Because just in case anything goes down, you know, I hate to say it like this, but it is true. Of course, the 9 times out of 10 going to lead towards the woman in their favor. And if you sit there and if you keep proof of everything, that's going to make her have to be a liar, and they're not going to be able to trust her. And if you have to back up everything that you're saying that you did and you're doing, like for example, a lot. Like I told y'all before, I had a friend of mine, you know, for some odd reason, you know, him and the mother, his kids broke up and don't want him to see his kids and stuff like that, and he passed away of cancer. He was going through some stuff with his kid, with the mother, of course, and she would always say that he wouldn't do nothing for his kids and blah blah blah. And I always tell him, man, whenever you go somewhere, take pictures of you and your kids at the park, you and your kids, you know, at a basketball game, whatever. I would always tell them to take pictures, because she would always come out and say how crazy things was with him and his kids when it wasn't. It's just that since he wasn't with her anymore, she made it difficult for him to be with his kids. My point in saying all that is this here. Whenever a man, it's funny, it's messed up that men have to do these things, but at the end of the day, we have to, for some strange reason, we have to protect ourselves more than anything. So all I'm saying is this here. Yeah, there are some fathers out there that well, they're not really fathers. They're just men that donate their sperm. I'm put it like that. But then you got those that are there in their kids' life, doing everything they possibly can, working hard, providing, being the person that they're supposed to be. And a lot of times, those are the ones that get the bad rap. Those are the ones that makes it, and then the you know what I'm saying, that's hard for them to do what they got to do. And that all I'm saying is this here, guys, do not be afraid to go to court. I agree with Prepaid on that. I admit I used to be afraid until I learned if you're doing all the right things you're supposed to do, taking care of yourself, you know what I'm saying, protecting yourself, you have nothing to be scared of. But that's all I got, man. You got anything for me?
No, I don't think so. I think that's all I got.
Oh, okay. Okay, then. All right, man. I'll holler at you, man. Oh, yeah, I'm going to try to be available for you tomorrow night.
Okay, okay, just let me know what's up. We'll go from there.
Sorry?
I said, just let me know for sure. We'll go from there.
All right, then. I'll holler at you, man.
All right, bet. Shout out to Man Up, man.
All right, bro.
All right. Okay, that'll be cool. That'll be cool. Yeah, if we get Man Up on, we'll flip the pistachios to some cookies for the day. All right, that's gonna be the last call, y'all. Perfect timing. So we're gonna get time, get ready to wind it down. Let me go ahead and bring up the proper protocols and all that good stuff. You know, female pimp obviously doesn't know. Y'all gotta learn how to play the game. When somebody plays this, it's Cards Against Humanity. CAH stands for Cards Against Humanity. So when someone types CAH black, one of the moderators, because they're the only ones who have the ability to do it, that's the prompt. And so you type CAH white to play your random white cards, or your random response. So y'all, you know what I'm saying? Y'all will figure it out. That was terrible. Eating all the cookies before the AIDS breaks up. That's tough. I didn't mean to cut that off. I meant to cut the dim line off. There we go. So here is the deal, man. Let's get the proper rundown running. Running. Let's get it started. All right. At Honcho HCX, Instagram, Twitter. Follow the personal social medias if you get down with the get down. Like the video, that's the most important thing. Well, no, share is the most important thing, but like, subscribe if you're new. If you ain't been here for a minute, well, I don't know what to tell you. Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Den Show Live at Gmail if you want to send an email to the Den. This is the last Monday through Friday of the 1 p.m. Den shows for the week. Tomorrow at 1 p.m. we will be on the audio only podcast, so make sure you go to Den Show Podcast and follow so that you get the notification. Go to Den Show Shop, get you some of that merch. Hey, Honcho is my homie. We will be live tonight at 10 p.m., 7 days a week, 10 p.m., 833-284-3336. You can call into the Den line anytime, whether we're live or not. You can leave a voicemail. You can send a text message. If you got a screenshot of some news, a link or something you'd like to share, make sure you use that. If you want to make a one-time donation to the channel, you can go to streamlabs.com/The Den Show. And if you want to make a monthly pledge, shout out to all the Patreon supporters. Like I said, we'll be changing up some of the Patreon tiers here probably today and adjusting some things. I appreciate all of y'all. I appreciate each and every one of y'all for having faith in the long-term success of this community. So, with that being said, I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all. Salute to all of y'all. I'll catch y'all tonight at 10. It is an honor, a privilege, and a pleasure. Guard your nuts. I'm sure Sweetberry will be on a pistachio stealing rage now that 335 has passed it up. But with that being said, y'all be cool like y'all be cool. Shout out to all the callers. And I'm gone. Look, kids, I don't want you rocking Den Show shorts in the weight room, putting up weak ass weight. You know, they're gonna associate your weight with, you know, the shorts performance. And then they're gonna be like, oh man, you know, it is what it is. You know, it's them Den Show shorts they got the nigga out there looking weak. So you're not gonna put no sauce on my name with your weak game. So with that being said, I'm gone.